Hello.
Ba, ba, ba,
Okay.
ba.
Da-da, da-da, do.
Ba, 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 ba.
Da-da, da-da, do.
Ba, 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 ba.
Three guys and no bear. Wish you happy new year. And now here's Coach Crendor. Who came in too early before Rob could do the intro.
Yeah, it happens a couple times where I don't know if we're like going. I'm like, hello, and then you get going. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, sometimes I got because I got to do a little drop down and I got to
Yeah.
search for like what the echo one is. It's
I
a whole
see.
thing, you know.
Just be
It's a whole
glad that
thing.
Rob doesn't do. This is Outback Control. Sign out, peace, fools.
Yeah,
That was the most awkward thing to do when we were recording Overwatch back in the day. Like me not knowing Rob very well, I would
Wait.
I would end my
What?
video and then Rob would start talking.
yeah. Well, that's why I always waited until everybody finished. I would wait like a solid like 2-3 seconds and be like, "It's a back patrol signing out, peace, fools."
But thinking that it's already done and Rob's still like recording on his end. I was like, hey, that was pretty good. This is Outback Control. Sign out, peace, fool.
I'm glad we moved on from that one.
Yeah.
I haven't at all. That's how I still end every stream.
All right. Well, all right then.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
everyone? Welcome to week 17.
Week 17, Coach.
Week 17.
Yep. Much like week 1. Well, not at all like week 1. A lot of people had hope, dreams, aspirations, and now those have been crushed, destroyed, or renewed as your team fires people, gets rid of except the Jets.
Thank you.
Teams fire people who are doing bad? What kind of world is that? What? That doesn't make any sense. What are you crazy?
Thank you, Wicked Witch of the West back there. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Good to see you.
So yeah, it is it's the end of the season, and that means that I think at the end of this, at some point in this show, we could probably find our old predictions and check them out,
Oh, right. Yeah.
because up until now I actually forgot, and I'm sure you guys did too.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where I saved that.
I know we put them in our chat thing, which was NFL. Let's see.
Was it in our chat or was it in the private? Wait. Hold on.
All right.
On
I
9.
found in private text. There's me linking the playoff predictor website. Oh, and mine.
Okay.
It looks like.
I remember I had to take a screenshot because the playoff predictor website wouldn't save my picks.
Yeah. Let's see. When did the
Let's see
season start? It would be like September 8, 9.
Well, so I made the link that I sent you. I sent the link in private text on the 20th of August, and then I sent my version of the playoff predictor on the 31st of August. So somewhere in that range is probably where you're going to be looking.
Okay. All right, I'm getting there. I'm pretty close. I'm on Oh! I found yours. Okay.
You found mine?
Yeah, I found yours.
Found Rob's?
Yep. And then I found
But it's not
mine.
complete. Oh, dude, wait. Link me mine because the one that I found is wrong.
And there's Invictus. All right.
Oh, yeah. Pop it in foos and balls.
All right, here we go. So here is, hold on, I believe this one's Rob. Oh my God, this is definitely Rob's. This is.
I think I had the Browns.
Yeah,
like
you sure
11,
did.
5 or something.
No.
What an idiot!
There's Rob's.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I'm pretty sure mine said the Browns were like in the running for the division as well.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Here's mine, and then here is Invicta. So, we should probably. Oh, do you want to go over these now or later?
Oh. Hey, you know what? Let's do. Wait. Does Bear have one?
I don't think he made one.
No, I don't think Bear made one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could do it now then in that case.
Yeah,
'cause-
screw it. I mean, the games are like, there's not many exciting games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's do it now. So, first up, in the AFC North, we'll go over first. Rob had the Cleveland Browns at 14-2 and winning that division.
6-0.
He's 6-0 in the division.
Yeah.
Then the Steelers 10-6, Ravens 9-7, Bengals 4-12.
Yeah. The one I was honestly, besides the Browns being not as good as I predicted, the Ravens are a lot better than I predicted.
They are a lot. Yeah, they are a lot better. Then it looks like the in my AFC North, I had the Browns at 12-4, still not very good. Steelers 10-6, Ravens 10-6, Bengals 5-11. And then it looks like Sinvicta had the Steelers 11-5, Browns 11-5, Ravens 10-6, and the Bengals 6-10. So really, we all
we're all very knowledgeable in the art of preseason playoff predictors.
yes,
We're all
We
quite
talking about how
bad.
smart we are?
yes, we are.
But we don't have Bear. Did you ever make a playoff predictor?
I don't remember. I thought maybe you guys had one that I had done, but I guess not.
I
No.
don't think you did.
All right.
Well,
Good thing I don't have anything on record.
yeah, it's probably
Well, we have our pick'ems
For the best.
Because
those are
Right,
down.
yeah.
So then we'll move on to the AFC South, where we had Rob taking the Texans at 13-3. Hey, you got the division winner, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
technically.
That's a tough division to
Yep. Well,
predict.
he had the Titans in second, but at 5-10-1. The Jaguars 4-11-1. That's not bad. And then the Colts 4-12. A little off on that one.
Honestly, we should probably not go through the individual team rankings for each of us because this will take 100 million years. We should probably go by like who we picked as the division winners in each.
I mean, I can
division
just
or
power
something.
through it.
Yeah.
So and then I had Colts 9-7, Texans 7-9, Jaguars 7-9, Titans 4-12. I don't know what I was thinking. Sinvicta had Texans 7-9, Jaguars 7-9, Titans 6-10, Colts 3-13.
Well, we all predicted the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AFC East Patriots 14-2 for Rob. Jets 11-5. Bills 4-12, Dolphins 0-16. Yeah,
You actually said 0-16 for the Dolphins.
you did. I had Patriots 11-5, Jets 8-8. Bills 7-8. I'll say 8-8. I probably missed a game. And then Dolphins 3-13. Sinvicta had the Patriots 11-5, Jets 7-9, Bills 4-12, Dolphins 3-13. So
Hey,
yeah,
that was pretty good.
yeah, everything but the Jets pretty accurate. Well, I guess the Bills did better than all of us thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the AFC West, Rob had the Chargers at 13-3,
Nice. Nice.
Chiefs 12-4, Raiders 4-12, Broncos 2-13-1. That's a weird record for I think any team to have.
Yep.
I had the Chiefs 13-3, Chargers 10-6, Broncos 6-10, Raiders 5-11. I think I was all right in that.
Yeah.
Then Sinvicta had the Chiefs 12-4, Chargers 11-5, Raiders 10-6, Broncos 5-11. Still isn't like too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Not terrible. Not great, but again, it's preseason playoff predictor.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Rob in the NFC North had the Bears at 13-3. Oof.
Nice.
Packers 11-5, Vikings 6-10, Lions 5-11. I had the accurate 13-3 Packer division winning team as Vikings second at 9-7. That's pretty close too. Bears 7-9. That's pretty close. Then Lions 6-10. I pretty much called the NFC North as well.
I guess it's
pretty
to be
decently.
expected if you're more accurate in the division you're actually in.
But you actually got pretty close. You had 11-5 Packers, 8-8 Vikings, Bears 7-9, Lions 5-11. So I mean, you're pretty close too.
Not too bad.
Yeah. AFC South, Rob had the Saints at 14-2, Falcons 10-6, Panthers 8-8, and the Buccaneers at 2-13-1. Another 2-13-1 team.
Nice, Rob. Nice.
I had the Saints at 15-1. Oh my God. Falcons 10-6, Buccaneers 7-9. Hey, I got that.
Hey, there you go.
And the Panthers 6-10. I wasn't too bad outside of the Saints. And then Sinvicta had the Saints at 11-5, Falcons 10-6, Buccaneers 9-7, and the Panthers at 7-9.
Oh, he was
So-
still optimistic at that point.
I
Still pretty
almost got
accurate.
it. I almost got that one right.
Still like the
Got
right
at least
placement.
the placements right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's more accurate.
Yeah. Rob had the Eagles at 13-2-1 as he smoked 800 joints for that one.
Rob predicted like 7 or he predicted like 8 ties.
I don't know. He did. Cowboys 5-11, Giants 5-11, Redskins 4-12. Honestly, those are pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
I had the Eagles at 11-5, Giants 6-9, Cowboys 5-11, Redskins 2-14. And Svicta had the Eagles 11-4. Wait,
Yep.
what's that? Cowboys 11.
I think that's a 5. It's hard to.
Yeah, it's
kinda-
hard to see. We'll just say 11-5, Cowboys 11-5, Giants 7-9, Redskins 4-12. So I mean, we got all the placements right. So
Yep.
and then in the AFC West, we had Rob with the Seahawks 13-2-1. That's not bad outside of the tie. Rams 13-3. That's not good. 49ers 5-11, and
Nice.
the Cardinals at 3-13. I had the Rams at 11-5. Oh Jesus. Seahawks at 10-6. 49ers 9-7. Hey, I kind of got them almost right. And the Cardinals 1-15. Sinvicta had the Seahawks.
Yeah. Don't talk to me about this.
13-2. I think you missed the game. It'd probably be 13-3. Rams
Yeah.
13-3. Cardinals 2-14, and the 49ers at 2-14.
Yep.
Um,
Pretty accurate, coach.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we can't find Bears, but I have it on good authority that it was 100% accurate.
Oh,
Yo, yeah, that sounds like me.
Wow.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Good
maybe
job, Bear.
I missed a game in the NFC East. You know, it's always a mystery over
It's
there. But otherwise,
hard.
I think it was pretty much dead on.
yeah.
You should do this for a living, Bear.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
Yeah.
To be honest, we were all pretty
Yeah.
close to accurate on the division winners at the very least.
We were actually pretty, better than expected.
Yeah.
Aside from like the Browns.
Except for the NFC West, none of us got that right. But still.
Yeah, in the NFC
Yeah.
West. But hey, not bad. Not bad at all.
I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. It wasn't as horrible as I anticipated.
Yeah.
And look at all. I mean, Rob, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ties. Rob, that's
it's a lot of time.
Well, but that's probably only 3 games. That
of
resulted in a
course.
tie.
that would make sense.
That's still a
but
lot of ties.
That's a lot of ties.
How many ties were there in the NFL this year? 2.
That was 2 more predicted than the total amount of ties this year, which, like, relatively speaking, I think is more impactful than the total amount of 2.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm confused. But
So we can now talk about the football game. So
football.
we had the opening game, Packers Lions. Man, this was scary. As in classic Packer fashion, we had an ugly ass weird win that took till the. Here's a fun stat. We have been leading the Lions for 0 seconds this year, and we are 2-0 against them. That is a Lions stat, if I've ever heard one.
How does that even happen?
Because both games we kicked game-winning field goals with 0 seconds left on the clock. So this was a shitty game. We were down 17-3, I believe, at halftime, and it just looked bad. I kind of slept through the first half. And I woke up and was like, what the shit's going on? Then I turned it on. And the second half was a lot better. Aaron Rodgers started actually completing passes instead of overthrowing people. Aaron Jones had a big run. Adams did pretty well. Lazard, the King Lizard, had a big touchdown catch. And the defense saved us because after allowing 17 points in the first half, they allowed 3 in the second half. So that was honestly our biggest thing, was just the defense. But we needed this for a bye week, and thank God, because I don't know if we could win in the wild card game.
What's it like having a team not lose to the divisional opponent when a bye week is on the line?
It's pretty fun, honestly. Not having to play in that. Yeah, here's another fun stat. Did you know that all the Patriots Super Bowls came from bye weeks and not wild card Patriots?
Yeah, I did know that. Yes, I did. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So
fascinating tip of information there.
And man, again, get a home playoff game, probably against the Saints, which we would need because if we had to go to the Dome, I think I wouldn't even watch the game. But hey, it might be snowing, breeze might be off a little bit, maybe get the run game going, Aaron Jones, you never know. Then we'd go to San Francisco and, die. But it would be better than I think I expected for this season. So either way, I'm happy. I get to watch a playoff game and in Green Bay and in the second round, so I can just sit back and watch Wild Card Weekend and have a good time. Unlike some people here. So, next up we had the Jets-Bills. The Bills played their backups, like Matt Barkley, Isaiah McKenzie, Dahakiel Williams. So the Jets took advantage, winning 13-6.
Yeah.
With 10 fourth quarter points.
I guess.
And
I've never
7-9.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I've
Darnold did okay.
Never seen more cursed pick'ems luck
Well,
this year.
I would have probably picked the Jets if I knew the Bills were going to play Matt Barkley and Isaiah McKenzie.
I didn't know that they were. I didn't know that they weren't going to play their starters. I guess I should have looked at.
I'm pretty sure that they were locked into their seed. Yeah, that's why I picked them. That's why I picked the Jets.
But still, it's the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, in
7-9
fairness,
Jets.
in fairness, we barely won this game.
Yeah,
but I
did.
really wish that we hadn't, though. Like, it's great. We got a pointless win in Week 17 that just, tanked our draft position for
It's
no
for
reason.
Darnold's confidence, Rob.
Yeah, I'm sure he's really confident after that game.
Listen, whether the Jets
Sure
are
he gained a
picking
shitload after that one.
whether the Jets are picking 9th or 11th, they're going to mess it up. So it's not even worth tanking.
Yeah,
I am 0 for 3 this year picking against the Jets for locks. That's for
funny.
locks, by the way.
yeah, you really should lock against the Jets, man.
My locks are 0 and 3 versus the Jets this year, and somehow I still won pick'ems.
So
It's
speaking
just-
of this game, by the way, after the game, Adam Gase, they asked him whether he wants Le'Veon Bell back, and he was like, he's under contract. He's under contract. And then Le'Veon Bell tweeted the Michael Scott gif, zooming in on his face of like, I can't believe this guy is like saying this.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Rob?
Oh, it's great. It's so good to hear that the Jets are going to stand behind their winning head coach and not one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Adam Gase is fucking rich, though.
Yeah, he is rich as fuck, so he doesn't care.
Yeah.
And shouldn't we all want to rally behind a guy like that? Coach Gase
I want a rich guy for president, dude.
I can't wait to buy some Jets tickets and Jets merch, knowing fully well that Adam Gase simply does not care about whether or not the Jets win or lose because he's rich as fuck. It doesn't matter either way to him. It's great.
And Dan said he's a nice guy.
Yeah,
So there
Dan
you
said
go.
he's a nice guy.
What's dope is that earlier in the year, they said if he loses the Bengals game, he's fired. He lost the Bengals game, wasn't fired. And then they were like, well, if he loses the Bills game, then he's fired. Or the whatever fucking game. It doesn't matter. And then the Giants game, that's what it was. And then he won the Giants game. They're like, oh, well, yep, there you go. Like we said, he didn't lose, right? So that's it. He gets a second year. He gets another one.
Rob has left the building, Coach.
And meanwhile, as all of this is happening, in Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill finally freed from the bonds of Adam Gase is now literally one of the best quarterbacks in football. Like, I'm not kidding. Over the past several weeks, he has had the highest ratings in a number of significant statistical categories because he does not have Adam Gase fucking coaching him into the ground again. One of the things that he says about Le'Veon Bell is he was excited because Le'Veon was willing to change his running style to fit the offense. Yeah, fit Adam Gase's offense where he has Le'Veon Bell, one of the most elusive and versatile running backs ever. He gets him to run up the middle 10 times a game. It's just it is maddening. And I honestly, like, I straight up don't know if I'm gonna watch the Jets next year. Like, I don't know. Like, it's
I feel like you said that last year.
I
both
know.
both of you two are off the hook for all the games next year. You can take vacation.
I
would
like to.
I am 100% on board with that.
Yeah, I just
And both of our teams finished this with the same record, so Rob and I really do share a lot in common.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to the Jets.
Yeah, can't wait till we take our defensive lineman in the draft. That's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Can't wait for that one.
should be fun. See which lineman they get that they'll eventually trade.
Mhm.
So then we had the Dolphins, Patriots.
Bear.
Oh, that's next, huh? Oh,
Yeah,
fun.
it is next. So honestly, I almost picked the Dolphins and Pick'ems, and I'm sad I didn't.
Yeah, you seem like you kind of would have picked him on this one.
Yeah, this was a Ryan Fitzmagic waiting to happen. Just powering them through
How's he
the
keep
wizardry.
beating us, dude.
I don't know.
He's
He's
magical.
320 yards and a touchdown. Their leading rusher had
Ryan-
21 yards.
Ryan Fitztragic has beaten the Patriots on every one of our divisional opponents' teams
Yes.
in his career. He's
Yeah.
won on the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills. It's ridiculous.
Yep. That was posted on the Jets subreddit, gloating,
This-
of course.
This one at Foxborough.
Yeah.
With seeding on the line, an important game, a playoff game, a quote playoff game in Bill's own words.
Yep.
And we lost. We're out of the playoffs, basically. Like, that's the mentality the team should have at this point, unless they're trying to rally behind whatever bullshit they're posting up in the locker room. But what the fuck happened?
Yeah. And oddly enough, Brady pulled out his Jameis Winston and threw a pick six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
when
was
the last time they did that?
The Patriots are now 0-4 when allowing 20 or more points in a game this season. They're 12-0 when they're allowing fewer than that. So the Patriots are really built around that defense, apparently.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Dude, yeah. Like 2 months ago, we were. Okay, I'll just speak for myself. Like I was lauding them as one of the historically great defenses, like 8 or 9 games into the season, which included a thwomping of this same team that was supposedly tanking at that point through the year. And now all of a sudden, what the fuck? They put 30 on us.
Yeah. The Dolphins finished like really strong as well.
Yeah.
Like if you look at their last, I don't know, let's see, 6 games, 5 games. They beat the Patriots. They beat the Bengals. They didn't beat the Giants. They almost beat the Jets. They beat the Eagles. Like, going from tanking to like actually beating playoff teams. It's
If
kind
you
of
look
insane.
at the, actually, wait, I think I might have linked it in. Oh no, I didn't. I linked a different Darnold stat. But no, like if you look at the list of the players that they lost this year, it actually is crazy that they managed 5 wins out of this team. Like that's incredible, to be honest.
This
with you.
win alone is just remarkable, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So there were 2 main components to this. One was our clock management at the end of the first half, which to me just sort of clearly seemed like Bill being like, this is fucking ridiculous. I'm going to tear into these guys in the locker room and I'm going to figure out what the fuck's going on, instead of taking advantage of what was like over a minute plus 3 timeouts left to try to score in a tie game. We had plenty of opportunity and we just threw it away for no reason other than Bill being upset. So that was weird. And then Fitzpatrick Brady'd us at the end of the second half. We were up, and then he just perfectly managed the clock and methodically made his way down the field and scored a touchdown and went up, and then we had very little time left to do anything. It was just like they outplayed us and we sort of outcoached ourselves. Bill just, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, leaving that opportunity on the field in an important game. And again, he called it a playoff game. So why in the fuck would you do that in a playoff game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Patriots because
I
now
was hoping you guys would have an answer. I was genuinely asking those
I
questions.
don't know either.
Yeah, I mean, who am I to judge what's in the mind of Bill Belichick, to be honest? But
Well,
like,
now
one of-
it's
one of the things that is weird about this team right now, the Patriots, and this year, right? So earlier this year, remember, it was the big deal when they lost at Foxborough for the first time in like how many years, right?
Mhm.
Well, no, not that. Okay, I gotta think about it. But go ahead.
Several, but anyway, he's got a great record at Foxborough either way. Tom Brady, and now that they lost 2 at Foxborough this year, that's a big deal for them. I mean, granted, they still only have 4 losses on the year, but half of them coming at home is pretty wild for the Patriots.
Mhm.
The other thing that I've noticed, and Bear, maybe you can correct me on this, because I mean, I watch a lot of Patriots games, but probably less than you, obviously. But what I've noticed when I've seen them this year is that the offense is going to far more trick plays during the regular season than I'm used to seeing out of them. Like usually the kind of trick plays that they've been using in the past several weeks don't show up at all until they're in the playoffs itself.
I've seen more than usual, but not like a noticeably large amount, I guess. I haven't noticed it to the degree, I suppose, that you have. The Dolphins used a hell of a lot of trick plays on us. Did you notice that last week? That was, man, they pulled some tricks I did not even expect them to know, much less try in that game. Although I guess it made a lot more sense for them to be trying some bullshit since they didn't really have anything on the line. But
I mean, it's their Super Bowl, right? Basically.
Yeah.
That's where the Miami Miracle even fucking came from. And then they just pull this shit off again. They exist just to fuck with our seeding. I think someone even said that on Reddit. But oh man,
apparently there's a petition going around on the Chiefs subreddit to allow Ryan Fitzpatrick to bang one of the drums for the playoff games for beating the Patriots. A fan petition just so he could do something in Arrowhead. So
That would be pretty funny. And also, the Patriots' road to the Super Bowl is now beating the Titans, who are, looking pretty good. Then they'd have to go to Kansas City, and then they'd have to go to probably Baltimore.
Man.
So here's the thing. I said all that, and y'all are pretty solidly in the camp of let me go one by one. Rob, the Patriots, they're not going to win a Super Bowl this year, right? You see what I'm doing, don't you?
I don't
Rob,
know.
the Patriots, they're not the Super Bowl favorite here in the year of
They're
our
not
Lord
the Super Bowl. Yeah,
2020, right?
I agree with that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're not going to win the Super Bowl this year, right, Rob?
There is no bone in my body that makes me certain about anything regarding the Patriots. To be honest.
Rob, there's only one correct answer here.
Crendor.
Yeah.
The Patriots are not going to win the Super Bowl this year, right?
They're not, no.
Sinvicta, the Patriots are not going to win the Super Bowl this year, right?
They're not, Bear, because it's 2019 right now and it's 2020 next year, so it's impossible for the Patriots to win this year. Told you that's the only answer.
Bear
you need.
got us all.
Damn, dude.
Just when you think he checkmate, he flips the board on you, dude. Fuck.
Damn, dude. Roasted.
See, there's only one answer that's legitimate there.
But
See,
assuming we all say no, you continue. I want to know what you're.
I think it's hard for me to pick against the Patriots in the playoffs. They do not look like the Patriots caliber that we've come to expect by this time of the year, just due to like the last couple of weeks. But it is the Patriots, so it's hard to tell. Right now, the clear answer is no.
And I completely agree. So let's just go ahead and move on.
All right.
I thought there was going to be more to that. No. One last thing to make this to tie this back to the Jets, by the way, as I often do.
Because everything relates to the Jets.
Yeah. Look, wallowing in misery is a New York tradition.
Hey, you're preaching to the freaking choir, brother.
Yeah, I know. So this game also completely dismantles the delusion that for some reason that somehow Adam Gase was the reason that the Dolphins split games with the Patriots. Clearly, no, that's not true. And in fact, if next week Ryan Tannehill then defeats Tom Brady, then we can also say, oh, it was fucking Adam Gase again. Sorry. I just wanted to put that out there because I really hate this man and
It's all right. Just get it all out.
Yeah. Now's the time, Rob. Now when we have nothing left to lose now.
So then we had Bears Vikings in a meaningless game where the Vikings played Sean Mannion and he did bad. Mike Boone ran for 148 and a touchdown though in their bright spot, and Mitch Trubisky 26 of 37, 207 yards. Against backup defensive Viking
Managed
players.
to beat the Vikings B squad by 2. Way to go, Mitch.
Good job, Mitch. Montgomery, 113, a touchdown. Bears actually won this by a field goal because I watched the end of this game, and they didn't look great. They looked like an 8-8 team. So they can have fun going in the offseason without a first-round pick. So
apparently, and I just Googled the man's name, and Bears commit to Mitch Trubisky as QB starter in 2020.
Well, he's got another year on his thing, but I guarantee they'll probably bring in like Mariota or like Bridgewater, like one of those quarterbacks where if he starts doing badly or like they'll give him competition or like someone to teach him or something because he needs.
I bet Dalton's going to be on the market pretty soon too.
Yeah, even like Dalton or somebody. Like they need a veteran guy.
This might be a good QB market offseason, to be honest, because Dalton's going to be on there. I mean, Teddy could be on there, although he is the heir apparent if Breeze ever retires.
Brady's on there.
Right now, the top 50 NFL free agents, we've got Dak Prescott.
That's not going to happen.
No. Let's see. This says Tom Brady and Drew Brees, but it has void next to their names.
Either of those are going to happen,
Jadeveon Clowney, Amari Cooper, Chris Jones, Yannick Ngakoue from Jacksonville, Brandon
He's
Sheriff.
very good in Madden.
Yeah. Byron Jones, AJ Green.
That'll be a big one.
That's a big one. Come to the Packers, AJ. Arik
come to the
Armstead, Dante Fowler, Shaq Barrett. Ooh. Tannehill. Phillip Rivers.
Tannehill's getting
Bridgewater.
locked up this offseason.
Oh yeah.
Almost certainly, right? Like the Titans.
The Titans aren't gonna. They're not gonna let him go.
Derrick Henry. Oh yeah, they'll bring back Tannehill and Henry, no doubt.
Oh man, that's gonna be. They're gonna sign 2 big ass deals, and I don't know where the rest of their money's gonna go. But
Yeah.
good players.
I wonder how much money. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait.
So
Imagine if Amari Cooper, they re-sign Tannehill and they get Amari Cooper on the Titans.
Damn, dude.
that would be
Derrick Henry had 32 carries last night.
Yeah.
Dude,
He,
where's my brain?
last night. He ran for like 200 yards too. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, the Titans have 22 million cap room, by the way. Which
Damn.
is
Yeah.
it'll be
can-
enough to sign them both and pick up probably another player or two.
Yes, that's really good for them. And then AJ Brown's becoming a legit like top NFL receiver. That guy is like he reminds me of who's that old Texan receiver?
Andre Johnson.
Yeah, he reminds me of Andre
Yeah.
Johnson. Like he has the same build, same speed. Like he's big, he's fast, he's strong. Like dude can just play football.
He bangs the hottest chicks, hangs out with the coolest dudes.
Yep, like us.
You know?
Hey, we're all staying in for New Year's Eve. None of us are cool.
I'm recovering from sickness.
I'm
Otherwise,
lazy and antisocial.
I don't care about New Year's, so
woo. Then we had
party animals over here.
Woo! Chargers, Chiefs. 31-21. Chiefs win. They claim the 2 seed, which is great for them.
It was kind of
because
competitive for a little while, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, Rivers had 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 281 yards.
That's the story of his fucking year and
Yeah.
career.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just he's becoming like or he is like the future Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
It's like on the same path.
Oh, dude, Googling the QBs is a great idea, by the way. New 23-hour-old ESPN article. Philip Rivers' future with Chargers uncertain after he said he's open to playing elsewhere.
Oh, snap.
Spaghetti-O. See, that would be a big target for the offseason, too. Because, I mean, like, look, Philip Rivers is no slouch. He's not, like, he's never been great, but he's
still
always
a
been
starting
very good.
quarterback in the league,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. And him going to like some team that's like on the edge of something, like it could be a Manning,
What if
like,
he
situation.
went to Tampa Bay?
Yeah. Bring it on. I would take him with open arms, coach. Him and his 37 kids. Bring him on over to Tampa.
Gonna get your van out and give him a ride?
Yep. Thus begins the Rivers era franchise. I'm ready for it.
That would be pretty great, honestly.
Big move if he does that.
Imagine Philip Rivers passing. You know what? I'm not even going to go down this road because it's just going to end in
Oh,
tragedy.
say it though, dude. Say those beautiful words.
I can't fantasize about what ifs in Tampa anymore. I can't. But I wish I could. I can dream
Evans.
one day. I know, Barry.
Godwin
Mike
now.
Evans and Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
They re-signed Shaq Barrett, and we have Phillips River at quarterback.
Phillips River, yeah.
Phillips River.
He's just a river.
Dude, I would take a River over our current quarterback
Yeah,
situation.
I would too.
honestly.
Damian Williams this game ran for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns on 12 carries.
Jesus Christ, that's
Yeah.
a 10.3 average.
Yeah, it's insane.
Is
Pretty
that-
good.
What was his longest? I gotta find the longest
Yeah.
here.
Dude, he had one run. It looked like he was going to get stopped. Everyone on the Chargers just gave up, and he like spun out of it and just ran to the end zone. Like, it was,
Oh yeah, no, I did see that.
yeah, that one was crazy.
That was wild.
And then what's his name was calling both games at the end of this game. I linked that in the chat. Kevin Harlan.
Oh, yeah, that was terrific. Yeah, I
He's-
love Kevin Harlan.
Yeah, he's like
he's
doing the
great.
Chiefs game. Then he was doing the Patriots game because he's like, the Dolphins take the lead. But then the
Despite
guys,
the fact that it was very upsetting, the content of what he was broadcasting, I still like mad respect to that.
yeah.
man.
And then the one guy was like, which game you calling? And he's like, I'm calling both games.
He's got such a great fucking voice.
He really does. So the Chiefs get the 2 seed. Congrats to them.
Yeah.
Can we
Then
just laugh instead of doing the next one?
the Bengals defeated the Browns as I
Yes!
expected.
As I expected to, Coach. That was my lock of
Yeah.
the week, kind
I
of.
can't believe my prophecy was not only wrong, but it was wrong in the most cursed possible way.
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry, Browns fans. I didn't mean this to happen. But
Yeah.
honestly, maybe it's both our faults since the Jets are the ones that awakened Baker Mayfield for you last year. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Joe Mixon ran for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Not a bad day.
Yeah.
Dalton 190 yards, 1 TD, 1 int. Baker 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 279, pulling a Jameis here.
Jameis. That's
And that was it for the Browns. I saw that one thing of the guy being like, "Hey, Baker Mayfield." He's like, "Come down here and fight me." And he's like, "I can't come down there. You know
we
that."
can't go down there.
I can't do that. You know that. It's so good.
Yeah, that's great.
Baker's a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fun fact: the Browns finished with a worse record this year than they did last year.
Yep.
And
And,
Kitchens and Dorsey is out, right? Like
Yep,
they're
both
all,
gone.
They're all gone.
They're
Yeah,
cleaning
Dorsey,
house.
Dorsey was released or was fired today, actually, at the time of this recording. Whenever this goes up. Yeah.
See, I feel like Dorsey was making the right moves for them, but I mean, clearly the evidence shows that maybe that's
the man
not the
who
case.
hired Freddie Kitchens. So
That's the thing, right? Yeah, is he got the coach, and you know,
inevitably
would
those
blame
two
their
positions.
failures on the coach more than the GM, but you know, maybe
Yeah.
cleaning house is the way.
Yeah. Sometimes you just clean house.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like he helped put together a Browns team that's at least competitive.
Yeah, if anything, they gave the franchise hope in the preseason.
Yeah. So it's the Browns.
Go Brown! Go Browns!
Go Browns.
Hey, you got another year in front of you.
Yeah.
But plus, who knows? Maybe you get an actually good coach because it sounds like your team at least is trying to find good coaches.
So there's reports
Oh no!
that the Browns will give complete control
Oh no!
to Josh McDaniel.
Oh
Yeah.
Josh McDaniel.
Oh,
If there's one guy you don't want running your franchise, I'd say it's Josh McDaniels.
Jesus Christ!
Uh,
How?
Hey, whoa, hold on though. Legendary Patriots offensive line coach Dante Scarnecchia recently was quoted as having said Josh McDaniels will make a great head coach someday. And I thought that was a weird quote, considering he's already been a head coach someday.
That is,
That day was in the past.
And he wasn't great
Yeah.
either.
Right.
No.
Are you sure you're not reading the Booger McFarland translated Twitter account there?
How? My question is, how does any team want him now after what he pulled on the Colts? Like, legitimately, like, did
Yeah.
people forget about that? Why would you trust this man? He completely fucked the Colts into shittery.
Hmm.
Like, I don't understand why anyone would trust him at any point
Yeah.
in the future, especially considering his first stint as a head coach was not just bad, it was like disastrously bad. Like,
Yeah.
he was ran out of town in Denver. They fucking hated him then, and they hate him now.
Mhm.
Do you think there's a little bit of like maybe harbored resentment against former Patriots assistants?
I mean, maybe.
Or maybe he's just terrible. I was just
Yeah.
spitballing that really.
I mean, it could be a factor, but
A
all
little
things
bit from column A, a little bit from column
Yeah.
B.
yeah, I think it's more on that line.
Speaking of Patriots assistants, the Giants have requested to talk to Patriots special teams coordinator Joe Judge for their head coaching vacancy.
Joe.
That'd be a good coach, Joe Judge.
It's a great name.
It's a great name.
Judge.
And the 49ers apparently have passing game coordinator Mike LaFleur, Matt LaFleur's brother, and the Browns have requested to interview him for their head coaching vacancy as well. So you could have
That's a good
Matt and
idea.
Mike both. And speaking of Packers, Mike McCarthy.
They're hiring Mick LaFleur.
Mike McCarthy has also got an interview with the Browns as well as the Panthers. So
Oh, I thought you were going to say Mike McCarthy has an interview with the Packers. I was like, what?
and the Giants. So McCarthy's getting things there. Honestly, I think McCarthy'd be really good for the Browns. Like he's a guy. He's coached
Oh,
up.
yeah,
He dealt with Brett Favre. He coached up Aaron Rodgers. Like he's dealt with like shithead players and like that type of culture. So I think he'd be a pretty good coach for them.
That's not a bad idea. I'd like to see him there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the thing that the Browns need the most is discipline.
Yeah.
Because they've got a lot of big personalities on that team, and they just need to be reeled in and focused towards winning.
Mhm.
Because we've seen teams like that before that have been extremely successful, but it requires, discipline.
Yeah,
It requires people being able to be focused.
I think Mike McCarthy is that. Mike McCarthy's like the stern dad that just wants you to succeed. Freddie Kitchens is like the alcoholic stepdad that just is like, you guys want to drink too, right? You're like 16.
The Browns needing discipline? What are you talking about, Rob? Did you not see Myles Garrett listen to all rules on the field and not commit assault in front of millions of people?
Hey, Baker, you ever tried Quaaludes before?
They bring back the fucking Quaaludes.
Hey, Baker, tell me if this smells like chloroform.
So we had the Saints beat the Panthers 42-10. Yep. Panther Will Greer went 1 of 8 with an interception. Then they put in Kyle Allen, who went 25 of 41, 295 and an interception. But this was just this is just a bad. The Saints put up the 14 in the first and 21 in the second. So they were up 35-3 at halftime.
Yeah, it was
was a,
stomping.
It was a humdinger, coach.
Yep.
The actually, speaking of free agent quarterbacks, now I think nobody's talking about this because I think everybody is expecting him to probably retire, which would be strange, to be honest, but sort of expected for him. But if he doesn't, Cam Newton is going to be a big target in free agency if he doesn't retire, right?
Yeah.
He'll probably retire, though, don't
He
you?
probably will. I think so too, but I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not sure if anyone really
He's
wants.
still really young.
I
I
know.
feel like
he's our age, dude. Or he's
Yeah.
my age anyway,
Yeah.
but like,
I don't think he's
know,
gonna
man.
retire.
Like, just his career trajectory has been so strange.
Well,
And like, Andrew Luck really threw a big old stick in the machine, didn't he? Like, that
Yeah.
just made things so weird.
I feel like it's one of those things where he might play if he feels better, depending on like after his surgeries or whatever he gets. And if he doesn't feel good, then he might just be like, all right, I'm gonna retire.
Yeah, like it could be another Gronk situation too.
Yeah.
Where it's mostly just about the pain that he's dealing with.
Which, to be honest, I mean, again, I don't blame him at
No,
all.
yeah,
He's-
absolutely.
he's-
Get your bag, go right off into the sunset for sure.
Yeah,
Just
he's-
I don't know.
He's got enough money for himself and his family for the rest of their lives and his. Like,
Yeah.
And speaking of dealing with pain, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost to the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
28-22 as the Falcons kind of made a late season surge here and win 28-22 to improve to 7-9, tied with the Bucks. This game was close though, went to overtime, and Jameis Winston.
Oh, it was beautiful, man.
It was poetic,
Exactly what needed to happen.
throwing a
I'm
pick
glad-
six in overtime to clinch the season.
I'm glad
And
that I have so many people who immediately thought of me when the pick six happened. I feel
That shows your
very
love.
loved. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
The most beautiful part of it, I don't know if you were going to mention it, but it clinches his 30 touchdown, 30 interception season
Yep.
too.
Yep.
He's
Jameis.
the
And 5,000 yards too.
Yep, 5,100.
He becomes
30
the
touchdowns.
only the eighth player in NFL history to throw for 5,000 yards.
That's good. I'll put that right over here as a flaming dumpster, right here. So, yes, everyone, I am aware that he hit the 30 for 30 club. Congrats, Jameis. I'm glad, if anything, that you can go in the history books for one thing and one thing only, is that you are a mediocre, terrible quarterback.
He is a perfectly balanced quarterback.
That's all.
He doesn't care who he's throwing to. Your team, my team, the stands. He'll throw it to anyone. Act
Yep.
now. Jameis Winston, all passes are open to anyone on the field, including the sidelines. Congrats, Jameis. I'm glad that you got your name in the history books. If Bruce wants to renew my faith, he will not re-sign this man. And thank you again to, like, I had 20 people tweet at me the article about Bruce Arians saying that the Buccaneers can win with quarterbacks other than Jameis Winston. I did see that.
Oh,
as soon
yeah.
as it was-
The
as soon as it was
quote,
written.
the quote is, with another quarter, someone asked him if he could win with another quarterback, and he replied, with another quarterback? Oh, yeah, if we can win with this one, we can definitely win with another one.
Yep.
But there is some misattribution apparently to the quote. I guess the if is implied. So he did say, we can win with this quarterback. We can win with another quarterback. So there's less damage,
okay.
but it's still kind of the same idea, really,
Well-
when you think about it.
Well,
I
don't worry,
know.
Bear, because my favorite quote is the much further lesser quoted quote than that one. When he was talking about what are they going to do in the offseason, he was the number one overall draft pick in 2015 and completed rookie contract, blah, blah, blah. No immediate decision will be made on Winston's future, but Arians will meet with general manager Jason Light and the Bucs ownership in the coming weeks. And here's my favorite part, is that Bruce said he is going to be spending time to review all 16 games to determine, one of the things he's going to do is determine who's at fault for every interception. And then here comes the quote.
Oh, my Lord.
This is the one that I love. Quoting on talking about reviewing every single interception for every game, Bruce Arians says, and I quote, it will be a while. I do not look forward to the amount of time that is needed to spend to review every single interception, all 30 of them. But I hope if there is someone up above there to give Bucky Bruce a little clarity and to not re-sign the most disastrous piece of trash that we've ever had for a quarterback. And yes, I'm including Josh Freeman in that.
I'm just picturing him in there for like 12, 24 hours straight with a clipboard and just making tally marks like Jameis, the other guys.
Jameis.
Guys, I have a dark timeline.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
The New England Patriots pick up Jameis Winston and turn him into like Darth Vader. He throws for like 6,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and then he like throws like 5 interceptions because Belichick
He's only
just
like 25. This could totally happen.
It
Can
really
you imagine
could.
that? That would
Well,
be.
I mean, like that's the thing, right? Like, is that okay? Say theoretically they drop Winston, which I mean, you know, they probably should, but did still throw for 5,000 yards.
Oh, he's gonna get signed again immediately. It's just that the Bucs should get rid of him and move on to something else. Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just looking at this, right? Because I was trying to see, like, okay, he also threw. He has the most attempts, or he's tied for the most attempts next to Jared Goff. And I don't know, you could arguably say he did better than Jared Goff, but I think they were both equally shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want either one, but like other teams will.
But he threw for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns.
Well,
How can he not be good?
So here's the thing, right? So then you could reasonably argue that, like, okay, so he threw for 5,000 yards because he threw the most times, right? But he actually is also 5th ranked in yards per attempt. So he actually is throwing long a lot, which I guess is not surprising if you're watching.
He was the most involved NFL player on the most involved, like the most plays made this season out of any team.
Wow.
But my point is that the ends do not justify the means to get there. If you're going to drive across country, right? And you got your entire family in the van and you lose 2 kids on the way there, the wife ends up like overdosing on something, then rolling out of the van, but you still got across country. Yeah, you got there, but at what cost? What did it actually cost you? Because the thing that everyone keeps pointing out is that, well, he's the first quarterback to do this and he's the 8th quarterback to do that. That's great, but the problem is that that is too broad of a generalization to ignore the amount of pressure. The Bucs defense is not good. We are not the Tampa 2 of old. The Bucs have sucked on defense for a while, but the thing that people aren't taking into account is how much incredible strain it puts on a fresh young defense, by the way, still kind of coming into their own identity here in the NFL. When your quarterback goes out and gives 10 giveaways in one game, game, 10 giveaways. You cannot expect a young defense, or really not even a veteran defense, to be able to recover from that. And again, the stats don't lie. That's great and all, but we still finished 7-9.
Yeah.
Despite all that, we finished 7-9. That's a losing record. That's not good. That's a failing grade.
Well, to show the drastic nature of like the statistics, so Jameis had 30 interceptions. Baker had 21 at 2nd place. Phillip Rivers had 20 at 3rd place, and those are the only people in the 20s. Next up is Kyle Allen and Jared Goff at 16 in 4th. So that's less than half.
That's reasonable.
Well,
It's 16 to 20. I mean, 20's on kind of the high end. Obviously, it's not ideal, but it's still it's not 30.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
30.
Keep in mind, like Kyle Allen probably would have thrown more if he started more games. He only started like
that's almost 2 interceptions per game.
Yeah. It really is.
That's god awful. That is absolutely god awful. And anyone using any Bucs fan out there or any pundit out there trying to campaign for Jameis Winston. Yes, I hate this man with a passion, but I'm talking to you from a logistical side. If you're trying to praise him for what he did, you can't do that without talking about how many problems he caused for the Bucs, how many games were lost. Everyone's like, "Oh, Matt Gay lost this game. Matt Gay, he should have made 20 of those field goals. The Bucs, it wasn't Winston's fault. It is down to the quarterback to protect the football. You don't give it up 10 times in a game and expect your defense to be able to recover from that time and time again.
Fun
Ends do
fact,
not justify means.
Aaron Rodgers had 4 interceptions while throwing the 8th most passes in the NFL, and Drew Brees
that's phenomenal.
also had 4 interceptions this year while
Also
throwing.
phenomenal.
And actually, by the way, side note, little stat for you about Drew Brees, most underrated quarterback in football. He finished the year with a completion percentage of 74.3.
Wow.
That's nutty.
That means that 3 out of every 4 times the ball left his fingers, they landed in the hands of one of his teammates.
Yeah.
That's
Instead of 50-50.
yeah.
Like you flip a coin, it's going to be an interception or it could be a reception.
By the way, you know who's third in completion percentage? Fun fact. Ryan Tannehill.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this is kind of an interesting stat. The lowest pass interception rate, all quarterbacks of playoff teams, pretty much. Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Carson Wentz, Tom Brady, Kirk Cousins, Lamar Jackson. The only others?
Wow.
Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew.
Wow, it's amazing what happens when your team doesn't have tons of interceptions from their quarterback.
Yeah.
Isn't that a coinky-dink, people out there campaigning for Winston? Wow.
So in the... Oh, yeah, we're talking about games. All right, moving on. We had the Colts-Jaguars. Jameis was not in this one, but Brissett and Minshew
You knew we
were.
were going to spend a lot of time on Jameis.
Oh, yeah, I knew.
Let it happen.
Minshew, 3 touchdowns and a pick, 295. Looking good this game.
Yeah, baby. Minshew magic.
Minshew
called it.
magic. Brissett not looking great there. He might be injured still or something. You never know. Max 77 yards, 2 TDs, and the Jaguars go to 6-10. Colts 7-9. Hooray! So we'll have a quarterback battle there next year. That'll be fun.
Dude, okay. So just real quick here.
Yeah.
Gardner fucking Minshew, right? I mean, it turned out Kyle Allen
Yeah.
was not the guy, right? In the Panthers land, but honestly, Minshew, I think he is the guy. The
Yeah.
he's 23 years old. He was what, undrafted or
It's like
or
7th
fifth
round or something like that.
Yeah. Listen to his stats for the year. Okay, he only started 12 games, so this isn't even a full year. Okay,
Mhm.
60% completion percentage, pretty damn good for a rookie, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They usually go under that, so 60% is pretty great. 3,271 yards, and that's with 21 touchdowns to only 6 picks. Like, that's really, really good. Like, that's like
Yeah.
a really good rookie record for a QB. That's extremely, like, uncommon, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The man is a living meme. I mean, his name is Gardner Minshew II, and his father isn't named Gardner.
Yeah.
He is an absolute meme legend. He even
He
quoted
really is.
today, as of 8 hours ago, saying, "I was better than the other rookie quarterbacks."
That's pretty great.
You know?
Did we
He
mention
walked the
that?
walk.
Sorry, I don't mean to be so tangential here, but did we even mention that John Dorsey is out as the Browns general manager?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
All right, yeah, sorry, forgot. All right, go.
Yeah, that is crazy though. I mean, that
Yeah.
is
Yeah, yeah.
wild. He probably gets another job, right?
I'd
mean,
imagine
I-
so, yeah.
I think he did a fine job.
Yeah. So then we had the Eagles beat the Giants, which clinched the division, actually.
Yeah,
9-7.
And which
and knocked
is,
the Cowboys out.
yeah, and it's also impressive because Miles Sanders, I think, got hurt this game. So it was Boston Scott running the ball with 3 touchdowns. Carson Wentz, 23 of 40, 289 and a touchdown. Receiving, Boston Scott leading receivers with 84 yards as the running back, followed by Dallas Goedert, the tight end, Joshua Perkins, which, is he a tight end or not? I don't, listen, I don't know at this point.
It changed.
Oh, he's a tight end.
He's a tight end. Yep. And then
That's their
Deontay
offense, dude.
Burnett.
Tight ends and running backs.
Deontay Burnett. He's a wide receiver.
Oh shit.
And it
Dude.
says, who is the Eagles' mystery wide receiver? That's Deontay Burnett.
Dude,
Wow.
like if you look at the injury list for the Eagles, like look, a lot of teams got fucked by injuries this year, but my Jets were among them. We got fucked pretty hard by injuries. The Eagles got fucked to shit in the injury department, and they're going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Like,
lose.
see,
Yeah.
here's the thing, man. There has been another time that an NFC East team has entered the playoffs 9-7. And
They're playing the Seahawks, though.
I know, but I'm just saying this division has the strangest things happen to it.
We'll
so
talk
I
about
never
that.
know.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Rams beat the Cardinals in a meaningless game. Kyler Murray actually played. He threw for 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 325.
Kyler Murray had a great year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty good year for him.
I think that they got their guy. I think
They
he's good.
definitely did. And now they got Kenyon Drake, who only ran for 60 yards and a touchdown, but only on 12 carries. And that's pretty much their running back of the future, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, Miami just gave them their running back.
Yeah. Well, here you go.
Yeah.
So
Enjoy.
it's going to be a tough division, just in general. Goff threw for 319 and 3 touchdowns. Good game for him. So just, man, NFC West.
I love that Rob picked the Cardinals he was the only one to pick the Cardinals to win this game.
It was pretty close.
Yeah,
It was close.
It was close. Oh, wait, by the way, in the Giants game, Daniel Jones, 301 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And Saquon, 92 yards and a touchdown. So pretty good for them.
We've got our new quarterback classes all of a sudden rising up before our eyes, man. We've got like 10 to 15 really good quarterbacks in the league right now.
Speaking of
between the ages of 20 to 25 or something
Speaking
like
of great quarterbacks, the Steelers-Ravens game, Devlin Hodges versus RG3.
that. Hell yeah, baby.
And he got beat by RG3. Hodges, 95 yards. Robert Griffin, 96 yards and a pick. So, that was equally bad. But the Ravens also had Gus Edwards run for 130 yards, so that helped quite a bit.
They just ran basically the playbook from last year, where it's just like, we're actually just going to run all the way.
Yeah, and then their defense plays defense, and they win.
Yeah.
So, Steelers out, but I'm kind of happy because I don't think they deserve to be in the playoffs with their quarterback's offensive situation in general.
The Ravens have won 12 straight now. It's
Yeah.
a franchise record.
Yep.
Crazy.
Titans beat the Texans. I watched this one. Texans also played A.J. McCarron and Tywan Jones and no DeAndre Hopkins, which helped them a lot. Titans, those. But Tannehill
And
still.
a round of applause for all 4 of us for picking the Titans over the Texans at home, by the way.
Yep.
That's not an easy call to make, especially with such the playoff implications there. So but the Titans needed to win this. So
The
They did.
Texans didn't really play to
No, the
win.
Texans played backups.
yeah, it was announced just today that they've reactivated JJ for the playoffs.
That's going to be big.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
So Tannehill threw for 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, was 13 of 20. Mariota came in and threw a 24-yard pass as well. That was kind of fun. He actually didn't look too bad. He grew a beard. He's taking the weird hermit route now as he trains as a quarterback.
That's fair, honestly.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry's
Gonna walk
a
the
freaking
earth.
monster.
Derrick
Get into it.
Henry, 32 carries, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns,
Jesus Christ.
averaging
an absolute monster.
6.6 yards a carry on 32 carries. It wasn't even
32
10.
carries.
If the Patriots lose, it's going to be because of Derrick Henry just running.
Absolutely.
This guy, he's insane.
It's just a bowling ball.
Yeah.
And he came out of nowhere last year.
Well, he's
too,
in a
right?
contract year too, so
Yeah.
he's pulling a Garrett Cole right now.
Yeah. This game gave him the most rushing yards in the NFL. So he's the league, the NFL rushing winner.
He actually, Jesus Christ, his stats for the year are 1,540 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 5.1 yards per attempt. That's
How many
insane.
touchdowns?
How many carries? How many carries does he have?
He's got
303
303.
Good
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just insane.
The
I wonder.
the only other one at 300 is Ezekiel Elliott, 301.
Yeah.
That's 19 touches a game.
Yeah. Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. Luck, 16 rushing touchdowns is a lot. He tied the powerful all-time great Aaron Jones at 16 touchdowns. That's why people are like, how are the Packers winning? Aaron Rodgers isn't doing well. It's like, well, we have Aaron Jones and a defense, which we haven't had ever.
Jesus Christ.
So,
I'm sorry. I was just looking because I'm looking at the rushing lists, and just behind both of those guys is Christian McCaffrey at 15 rushing touchdowns, which is hilarious. I just wanted to check. Yeah, he has another 4 receiving, by the way, and another 1,000 yards receiving.
Jesus.
He has 1,000 yards receiving.
Even in this
As a
game
running
in week 17, he still got his stats. He went 7 receptions for 72 yards and like 30 yards on the ground, but still he's in a 42-10 shellacking. Somehow he's still doing okay.
Yards
Jesus.
from scrimmage, Christian McCaffrey had 2392. Second place was Ezekiel Elliott at 1777. That's crazy.
Christ.
Yes, I mean,
sign him on any of our teams, please.
And the craziest thing about him is he's still only 23.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
super young.
Yeah.
that's again here's the thing: yards from scrimmage. You got Ezekiel Elliott, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Michael Thomas, which is kind of insane.
Yeah.
Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, and Chris Carson. So I think the 2 biggest surprises on that, well, maybe 3: Michael Thomas, Aaron Jones, and Austin Eckler. Kind of
Those
like
can't all be busts 3 years from now, right? Not all of those names will be total busts in 2023.
I don't know.
No way.
I don't know.
What? Wait, what are you talking about? If Michael Thomas is going to turn bad or something? What
Or like Chris Carson or any of those guys he just listed. that are
Oh,
all,
Chris
leading the league in
Carson
yards.
got hurt, so he's
I
not
know,
even
right?
playing.
Yeah,
So, I
so
mean,
he's looking kind of grim
yeah,
right now. but-
injuries will be the biggest thing.
right.
Yeah. Because that will fuck people. I mean,
Yeah.
that's happened many times before.
It's going to be interesting. Michael Thomas, by the way, 149 catches for 1725. Second place was McCaffrey at 116 touches. And receiving yards was Julio Jones at almost 1,400. So he got over 300 yards more than second place.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Now, I'm looking at the receiving stats, right?
Yeah.
Most receptions, okay? Most receptions in the league is Michael Thomas. He's got 149. I mean, that's stupid. That's like
Well, broke the
100.
record.
Yeah, like 100 receptions is an extremely good year for a wide receiver.
Yeah.
He got 150% of that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, here's the second craziest thing about that is second place behind him is 30 receptions off. But do you know who it is?
I literally just said who it was, Rob.
Yeah, it's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy, though. I mean, like, come on. A running back is second in receptions.
That is pretty
He had
crazy.
over 100.
Yeah, that's madness.
I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, thinking that there was a new revelation.
As I was saying it, I was like, he totally just said this, didn't he?
I did, in fact.
But I was just like, just commit to it. Just go all the way. Maybe it'll work out. Toss up 50-50.
yeah.
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 It's like a Jameis Winston pass.
Yeah. So we also had AJ Brown, by the way, this game had a 4-catch, 124-yard performance with a touchdown. Again, that's kind of another thing the Titans needed was the number 1 wide receiver. Now they got it. Then the Broncos beat the Raiders. Raiders actually could have made the playoffs in a weird situation.
Yeah, I locked this in out of complete assurance that the Raiders would fuck this up.
And they did.
And how?
Drew Lock, 177 and a touchdown. Not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, he's come in and played just pretty decent. I mean, it's positively going into next year.
Yeah, let's see.
Derek Carr, 391 yards and a touchdown. Wow.
That is
but
pretty wild.
yeah, this was another division battle, and Broncos winning in Denver. And
Didn't
close one.
I think Renfro he got the most touchdowns for any rookie wide receiver? Was that in Raiders history or?
Probably Raiders. Doesn't seem like.
It might be all because he.
Really?
Oh wait, no, it's probably Raiders.
Hunter Renfro has surpassed Zach Miller in 2000 in
Raiders.
2007 for the second most receptions in Raiders rookie franchise history.
Yeah.
Hey, it's still not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he like his. I don't know if you guys saw him at all, but he looked pretty damn good this year. Like
Yeah.
he came nowhere, and
he did look like a rookie, that's for sure.
yeah, and also he doesn't look like an NFL player at all. He
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like one of us.
I remember that in
Like,
Hard
it's really
Knocks.
weird.
I remember seeing him in Hard Knocks. I was like, yeah, that dude just looks like a random guy at the bar.
He reminds me from Shane from The Shield, played by Walton Goggins, if you know who that actor is.
I do not.
That's who he looks like to me.
Oh, he's got a really unfortunate chin.
By the way, on defense, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Shaquille Barrett, 19.5 sacks, wins the sack award. 3
Oh, wow.
sacks
Shaq.
last game, launched him up. Chandler
19 and a
Jones.
half sacks is just unreal.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
Chandler Jones finished with 19 sacks. Then Cameron Jordan, 15.5 with New Orleans. Daniil Hunter, 14.5, tied with T.J. Watt at 4. Zadarius Smith, 13.5. Aaron Donald, 12.5. Preston Smith, 12. And then Bosa, Dupree, Fowler, and Quinn all at 11.5. Honestly, I'm just happy to have one guy up there, let alone 2. Thank God for signing free agents. And then fumbles, another fun stat. Daniel Jones, 18 fumbles. Speaking of turning the ball over. Carson Wentz had 16, Josh Allen 14, Kyle Allen and Minshew 13, Winston with 12, Darnold with 11, Cousins, Garoppolo, Goff, and Watson at 10. So fun stats right there. So then we had the Redskins Cowboys. And in classic Cowboys fashion, they blow out teams that don't really matter when the situation doesn't matter. It seems like the Cowboy way. They win the games that don't matter, and then the games that do matter, they just lose.
All right, quick poll, guys. With Jason Garrett's contract ending on the 14th of January, yes or no? Do the Cowboys bring him back? Rob,
Yes.
Coach,
No.
Bear.
Maybe.
All right, we did it.
All right, well that's
And-
all 3 answers. So
And this, friends, is why politics doesn't work.
It's
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna bring him back.
I don't see how they could bring him back after all the heat he was catching for the last half of the season.
Yeah,
But I mean, how long has he been in
been a long
Dallas
time.
now?
Long time.
Yeah, I think it's. I think Jerry's probably gonna get some fresh blood there.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was coaching Romo for several years.
yeah, that's
so-
right.
you
He used to be the youngest head coach, I believe, isn't he?
Yeah, he did. I think you're right. He's 53 now.
Yeah.
And he started
Practically
coaching, practically dead. Let's see, when did he start coaching?
But that's exactly why
2010.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
So 10
So-
years. Yeah, so it's a nice round number for Jerry to.
he was their
go ahead and
coach
get
this entire decade.
Yep.
But so here's the question, right? Like, do you guys okay, so one, we could all agree that getting rid of Jason Garrett is probably a good idea for the Cowboys franchise, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do we think that Jerry Jones knows what the good idea for the Cowboys franchise
No,
is?
not at all. Not,
See,
nope.
that's exactly why I think they'll bring him back.
I
Right.
think that's why they'll move on and make another bad coaching decision.
Oh, wait, no, hold on. As of 2 hours ago, Jerry Jones still isn't ready to fire Jason Garrett on MSN.com.
But
So I don't
it
know.
says
Undecided, yeah.
still isn't ready to fire him. I also heard that Jason Garrett said his goodbyes to people. Like, it's just
Oh.
kind of all over the place. Here's the thing.
Okay.
I feel like it's a
From
Packer
11
type
minutes
situation.
ago-
From
Yeah.
11 minutes ago, Jason Garrett enters 2020 as Dallas Cowboys coach.
Oh,
Whatever that means.
All right.
I feel like it's a Packer situation where I think he's still a good coach, but I think that he just needs a new situation. Or maybe a
Yeah.
coordinator role to kind of refresh himself or something like that.
I think he's fine, and I think he's always been fine. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
like he got the job as an interim, and then he stayed on, and
Mhm.
in that time, like what has he done? I mean, they got to the playoffs twice in his tenure?
Once, I think.
Yeah, maybe once, and then lost.
Well, they fun fact, their playoff losses, I believe, are both to the Packers. Because I remember those games. One was in Lambeau. One was the Des Bryant catch where they ruled it not a catch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one was a few years ago when Aaron Rodgers brought us back and we kicked a game-winning field goal. Jared Cook on the sidelines with the toe-tapping catch with like 20 seconds left. Man, I miss Jared Cook, and I wish he wasn't with the Saints and was on our team right now. But yeah, those were a couple of Cowboys playoff
Okay.
matches.
So it's 3 times in the last like 10 years or so, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So the thing is,
And then like a number of losing seasons.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hold on. Okay, I've got their Pro Football Reference up right now. So
Okay.
they went 4-12 in 2015. That's the worst they've done in the last decade. They went 6-10 in 2010, and then they've gone 8-8 4 times, along with going 9-7. And then the 3 winning records they had to go to the playoffs were 12-4, 13-3, and 10-6 last year.
Yeah. So like that's sort of my point, is that like I don't think that he's a good coach that needs a new situation. I think he's always been a mediocre coach that really, like, the whims of his team have dragged him along to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Or haven't,
That's a good
you
point.
know? I just don't think he's that. I say this now, by the way, and I'm sure Jason Garrett is going to be the head coach of the New York Jets next year or something, something to really shit on me. But I don't know. I never really found him to be that inspiring of a leader either. I mean, with all the butt slapping and all the players just not like nobody seems like that into him either as a coach. Like when you talk to Cowboys players, they always talk about Jerry. They don't talk about Jason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, the only thing I remember about Jason Garrett is the YouTube videos of bad lip reading.
Yeah.
Those are really the only ones.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
I got 4 steaks over here.
Here's a fun fact: the Buccaneers and Browns were the only 2 teams to not make the playoffs this decade.
Yep.
Somebody, I
We
believe,
barely squeezed in, boys. Got it in 2010.
Barely.
Hold on, I think there's here it is. So this is an interesting thing I found on the Reddit NFL. So the average postseason wins per decade is 3.78. So the teams above the median are the Jets at 4 wins,
Hell yeah.
the Patriots at 16, the Ravens and the Saints at 10, the Packers at 9, the Steelers at 8, the Broncos, Colts, Eagles, Seahawks at 6, 49ers, Cardinals at 5, and the Falcons and Giants at 4. Teams at the median are the Chargers, Cowboys, Panthers, Texans, and the teams below the median are the Chiefs, Jags, Rams, Vikings at 2, Bears, Titans 1, and the Bengals, Bills, Browns, Bucks, Dolphins, Lions, Raiders, Redskins at 0.
Yep.
So...
Yep.
Someone was saying how warped people's expectations are when they're like, they're wasting Aaron Rodgers' prime. And it's like, dude, he's got you 9 playoff wins in like this day.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
could
like-
be like a Buccaneers fan and not make the playoffs an entire decade.
Yeah, it could be like that.
You gotta win it. You gotta get to the playoffs to win a freaking playoff
So
game.
it shows just
Tom
how hard it
Brady-
is to win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Tom Brady really
Unless
does
you're the
give
Patriots.
people unrealistic expectations about what a quarterback should do. Like,
Yeah.
he's an extreme outlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Cowboys are they're gonna do something. Honestly, I think Dak will be back. Obviously, he's 303 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, he's a good quarterback. Ezekiel Elliott, 122 yards and a touchdown. I think
They both just signed, so they'll be back for a while.
Yeah, I think they need a better offensive line because they used to have a really good one. Now it's kind of not good, and they need some defensive help are the biggest things. But, good luck, Cowboys. Then on the other side, the Redskins have, I believe, hired Ron Rivera to be their coach. Or if it's not yet, it's going to be like any minute now. And he's bringing
Ron.
Yep, which I think is a really good hire for them.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Definitely turn
Yeah,
things around.
an actual head coach with experience that's been to like the playoffs and won in the playoffs and
He's won a Super
Oh
Bowl.
man, I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's like bringing in a new coach who has a storied career and has many opportunities to work with terrible quarterbacks and turning them into something.
and they're bringing in Del Rio as defensive coordinator, like I think I mentioned earlier. But I think that's another good one.
Yeah,
That's huge. That's great. He's been great as a
yeah,
defensive
Jack
coordinator
Del
since.
real good.
Mhm.
Yeah, and to the point, like with Ron Rivera, I think he's the McCarthy of this year. Actually,
Yeah.
where he's like the same kind of thing. In Carolina, I think really it's just that like they both grew out of each other.
Mhm.
I think Ron Rivera is still a good coach.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be perfect for what's the quarterback's name? Haskins. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's going to be perfect for Haskins because it's almost he can be kind of like a Cam Newton in a way.
Well,
finished
definitely not. But
Dwayne Haskins finished the season kind of strong.
Honestly, he looked pretty
For
solid.
The tools that he had or didn't have in this case,
Yeah,
didn't look too bad.
his running back has been like 100-year-old Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
And his wide receiver, he's had like one wide receiver. So I think if they get him like some new offensive linemen, like a wide receiver, or, Geis is healthy or like another running back, like they'll be competitive, especially because it's the NFC East. And that shouldn't be too hard to win.
Anybody could win.
Yeah. So then to cap it all off, we had the 49ers Seahawks, in which was a really entertaining game, actually.
Really good.
yeah,
Yeah. I watched this whole thing because I was sick again and I had nothing else to do. So I was like, I'll watch it. Seahawks looked like shit the first half. And then the second half, they just came out and adjusted or whatever. But it was really good. 49ers played 49er football. Garoppolo, 18 of 22, 285. That was it. He completed passes to Kittle and Deebo Samuel, as he would. Mostert ran the ball 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. They played defense. But on the other side, Wilson willed him back in, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns. Marshawn Lynch jumped over a man at the goal line.
He jumped a man.
Yep.
Skittles.
They threw Skittles on the field. It was great. And then a lot of people, the end of this game was kind of crazy because there's so much shit going on. They think there's a missed defensive pass interference. I've seen people say it wasn't because he ran into him. I've seen people say it was. But I think the biggest mistake the Seahawks made was they took a what do you call it?
Delay of
Penalty.
game.
Delay of game, yeah, at
Right.
the 1 yard line. Like
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah.
you have that, you can literally just run it in with like you give Lynch 3
They
tries. He's
fucked up
probably gonna
Lynch
get it.
on the one again.
They did
Yeah.
it again.
Yep. Same coach, same situation.
Thankfully, not in the Super Bowl this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. So, Seahawks they're banged up, but man, Russell Wilson could just carry him as far as, I mean, if they play the 49ers or something in the second round, like, the Seahawks could beat them in San Francisco. So,
Russell Wilson is doing his best Peyton Manning impression, I feel like, all year long, and like probably honestly for the past couple of years of just like forcing this team to be competitive through sheer force of will. Like, it's insane.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
so
they
good.
have Marshawn Lynch.
yep. They have Marshawn Lynch. And
He was retired.
yeah, he came back. Honestly, it's fun to see him run. I like watching
Yeah, it's
Marshawn.
Mhm. He's great.
DK Metcalf, by the way, 81 yards and a touchdown. I think we were talking about him, remember, in the offseason last year about being a potential like big receiver, and everyone's
Look,
like,
'cause
yeah,
he was one of those combine stars.
yeah, he's the combine star running like insane combine stats, and now he's showing up because he's number 1 in Seattle like every week in receiving.
Oh my God, yeah. The Jets could have had this guy, and I actually really wanted to. But everybody in the Jets subreddit, oh no, he's just it's just combine stats. This happens every year. You know what his stats were for his rookie year? 900 yards and 7 fucking touchdowns. Jesus Christ. That was only on 58 receptions. That was 58 receptions. Jesus.
Yeah.
He's gonna be. Oh boy.
He's gonna be bad. Don't worry. Well, luckily that round, let's see who the Jets picked up. That would be. Where are the Jets here? Where did they pick? They didn't pick in the second round?
No, we didn't pick in the second round.
Oh, okay.
But we did pick Quinnen Williams in the first round, who, by the way, everyone in the Jets said, oh no, we have to get he's a generational talent, guys. He's gonna be the next Aaron Donald. We have to pick him. You want to know his stats? He had 2.5 sacks on the year.
Nice.
He had 28 total tackles. 15 of them were solo, with 13 assists, 4 tackles for a loss. What a generational talent he turned out to be, huh? Oh boy, I sure am glad we picked up Quinnen fucking Williams, another defensive lineman, just because. Oh, he was generational. Sorry.
Wasn't he injured though?
I mean, yeah, he's been kind of struggling with injuries somewhat over the course of the year, and I like the kid as well. But it's his first year. Sure, there could be more things. It's just more of the fucking same with the Jets, though. It's just I can't take it anymore.
The Jets overestimating someone's capabilities, Rob? Never.
A D lineman's capabilities specifically.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of wide receivers that were really good this year that got picked.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown, Deebo Samuel, Metcalf,
really nice.
like all these guys. They probably been really nice to have on the New York Jets. By the way, looking at some of these draft picks, Elton Jenkins by the Packers.
That's a great name.
Yeah, he's been actually one of our best linemen, and he's a rookie. He's allowed, as of like a month ago, he allowed 1 total pressure on 52 pass blocking snaps against the 49ers.
Jesus.
And he grades as their top offensive lineman right now. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
Thank God we got
it would have
this
been nice
guy.
to get one of those too. Yeah, that'd have been great.
Yeah.
Didn't get any of those in the draft.
Yeah.
Not like we needed them.
So
Thank goodness the Packers are happy.
Thank God. By the way, Jaguars' Doug Marrone returning for the 2020 season.
Oh.
Yay. Jaguars fans are thrilled, I am sure.
Gardner Minshew saved that man his job, is what it sounds like.
Yep. And the Jets have signed Brett Maher, kicker, from the Cowboys.
Hey, there you go, Rob.
Yay.
Jets already wheeling and dealing.
Yep.
boy.
So that will bring us to the end of 2019's regular season.
Ta-da!
Woo!
We made it.
We made it.
Made it.
Made it a whole year. And taking a look over, Rob, would you like to read us the Tankathon?
Yeah, I'll hit you with the top 10 on
right.
Tankathon.
I do have power rankings, Coach.
Yep,
Yeah.
I realized that after I said this, but we might as well just do the Tankathon right now.
Well, we did it. We've been doing it before the power.
All right, yeah, let's do the
past couple
Tankathon.
weeks. So, give you the top 10 because this is going to be the draft order until trades happen.
Yep.
Of course. So with the first overall pick, unsurprisingly, it is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep.
But this is where it all has gotten shaken up in the past couple of weeks. Number 2, the Washington Redskins. Number 3, the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
Giants still in the top 5 at number 4. And the Miami Dolphins are the lucky 5-11 team that are in the 5th position.
Oh,
They
but-
messed up their position too bad.
Yeah. And the Chargers and the Panthers are just behind them at 6 and 7. The Cards, who, could use some help in the draft, have the 8th pick too.
Yep.
And Jacksonville as well at 9. And then luckily enough for them, both the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets are wrapping it up at 10 and 11, respectively.
Yeah. And then the Vegas Raiders now, they'll be changing to the Vegas Raiders at number 12.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers get 14.
I might be able to go to a football game.
Oh, yeah. Be a
that's
Raiders fan now.
Yeah.
Or you
Be
can
a
just go
Raiders
to
fan.
Raiders versus Patriots. And then cheer
Dude, they're
for-
playing next year, but they're playing in Foxborough. I
Wow.
was so close.
So close.
We need to start. We need to start. The Bear needs to go to see a Patriots game in Foxborough Fund. I
Dude,
think.
Now, I've looked
I
at...
want to do it, honestly. Like, it's
Yeah.
really important to me.
Yeah. You're
I'll
really
get
good.
you there, Bear.
You might want to go to a playoff game because this might
I
actually be the
know,
one.
Yeah.
Could be it.
Speaking of the draft, by the way, Joe Burrow is going to go to the Bengals, if you didn't know. LSU quarterback who's kind of insane. I don't know if you've watched Joe Burrow. He played. Okay. So he won the Heisman, first off. He's like a good guy. He's like,
That's good.
good personality. He's insane. He threw in the championship game the other week. Not the champ, but like the one of the bowl games.
bowl game.
The
Yeah, it
playoff
was a-
bowl
yeah.
game. They played Oklahoma, who's the 4. They're the 1. He threw 7 touchdowns in the
Jesus.
first half.
What? No. What the
The
fuck?
first half.
Okay, that is pretty wild.
That's nuts.
He threw a touchdown to Randy Moss's son, Thaddeus Moss.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Also, there's a wide receiver that caught 4 of those touchdowns who's probably going to go in like the first or second round on LSU. He's really good. He's making like NFL throws. Like you watch him play, like when you check him out, it's really good. Like he looks like he's going to be
500 yards in the first half. Did they take him out?
Oh yeah, they took him out in the second half. That's how this is a playoff game in college football and he just shredded them.
Wow, that's
This
actually
season.
crazy.
This season, he threw for 5,200 yards, 55 touchdowns, and
God.
6 interceptions.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, like in fairness, like those kind of hyperbolic game stats are more common, but I don't think 5,000 yards is that common. They only play 12 games.
Yeah. It's
Like-
it's actually insane. He's 6'4", 216. Like when you watch his quarterbacks thing, you're gonna be like, holy shit, this kid's like this is insane. Like he so the Bengals are gonna take him. Like no doubt. So
So Dalton's gone then for sure.
oh yeah, he's
Oh
gone.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, which
Yeah.
means he's going to free agent. Honestly, he'll be a pretty good free agent target. Like Andy Dalton's not a bad quarterback.
Mhm.
He's quite good. I mean, he's either middle of the pack or maybe slightly above average, slightly below. Like you could win games with a guy like that.
Mhm.
The question is, I want to know now is who's taking Tua?
Honestly, he could fall to
Miami.
at number 5, which would be great for them because they wanted to take him
Yeah.
at number 1, and now because of his injury and everything, they can get him at 5.
Yeah.
So, and both mock drafts I've looked at have the Jets taking C.D. Lamb Jr. out of Oklahoma, wide receiver. There you go.
Oh,
Look at that.
That's funny because I downloaded a Madden player roster at the beginning of the year and drafted him to the Jets.
Wow, look at that. Everything's lining up, which means it won't happen.
Life imitating art.
Yeah.
So, Sinvicta, take it away with the NFL power rankings.
Thank you, Coach Krendor. The final power rankings for the year 2019. First off, I want to say a big thank you to Pixel Haven, Manipies, and Hipponora for the awesome graphics
Absolutely.
that y'all gave.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, because I know that this is probably a point that someone inevitably was going to bring up about my comparisons to actually being the Jameis Winston of the group. I realized this. I did finish with the best record, but I also had the fattest doink. So there's a 50-50. The thinnest dink goes to Rob.
I got it.
You got the thinnest dink moving up, and from week 10 to 11, Coach Krendor had the best locks at 12-5. Bear had the highest lock streak at 6 in a row,
That is crazy.
which is
Second place
absolutely
is at
insane.
4. 2 games.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Dude,
Yeah.
if I had known that it existed, I would have tried harder.
I had the best week with 15-1 in week 8. I also had the fattest doink from week 9 to 10, losing half a percentage almost of winning percentage. And then Bear had the most improved. Good job, Bear.
Yay.
Up 0.118 from week 8 through 17. So, and they did an awesome job with the graphics and everything. So thank you again to Pixel Haven, Manipies, and Hippo Nora, and everyone who helps out with the with all the graphics and stats and stuff. That's awesome.
Round of applause.
Also-
round of applause.
Sincerely,
Thank you.
seriously, thank you. Really great job. Like all year long, it's incredible. Sincerely.
We don't deserve this kind of
We
support.
really don't. Yeah. In fact, we probably didn't even make any mention of the ironical image that you're
Oh, yeah,
seeing.
the
before you
background
on the
image.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Our volunteer doing free work didn't get it in time this week, so I had to take it
That
in
son of a
myself.
bitch.
Yeah, unbelievable. I can't.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what it looks like because none of us have actually seen what Krendor
It's
has.
it looks like it's
Yeah.
graffitied on.
So
So-
thank you, everyone, all the listeners, as well as all the people who do that kind of stuff for the podcast. You are greatly appreciated. I promise you that. Now,
Mm.
going on into the final playoff power
Wait,
rankings
wait.
here.
One quick thing. Sinvicta's lock record was 7-10. Okay, go on.
Now going in. I told you my cursed locks. Like, it's unreal. The locks that I lost were no brainers.
You know those are supposed to be. You know those are supposed to be the ones that you are surefire like victories, right?
Who would not pick the Bills against the Jets? Who would not pick the
I
Patriots?
did. Me. Two of us actually. I think on this show. 50%
I'm gonna go-
of the audience probably.
I'm gonna find what my lock picks were and go find out all 10 of my losing picks. I guarantee you that they're gonna look silly now, but at the time they're all easy picks. It's like, yeah, they make total sense.
You know what we got to do next year? We got to figure out some kind of system where we can we could probably just do it on Opa Vote, but where the audience can also make picks in the comments and stuff, or in like on a page, and then we can like compare ourselves with them later on in the year at the end
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
that'd
year.
be kind of cool.
I think
I
that'd be
brought up
fun.
the idea we should start picking against the spread. I think that would be a lot more accurate to because I don't know. I know a couple of the networks pick against the spreads and not just like the which team's going to win sort of thing. So that might be something interesting that we can change for next year. We'll talk about
We'll look
it. I think
into it
it'd
in
be
the
fun.
off season. We have nothing to do.
Yeah.
All right, power rankings here, Coach.
Power
Ready to rock
rankings.
and roll. Top 5 has been shaken up quite a bit. Well, only by one team, but let's see if you get it. Starting with Robert.
Well, the one that I usually go with, I expect, is probably the team that got shooken out. But I will say the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep. Bear.
49ers.
Yep. Coach.
Chiefs.
Yep. Robert.
Saints.
Yep. And Big Bear, it comes down to you for the shakeup.
Uh-oh.
The Green Bay Packers.
That is absolutely correct. The Packers indeed muscling out the New England Patriots
Get
for the
outta
5th
here.
spot. The Patriots get bumped down to 6th out of the top 5 for the first time in a couple weeks. So good job, Bear. Well done. You'll be fine. You'll make the Super Bowl and win. Everyone kind of knows that.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Here we go for the final fattest doink. Coach, since you're the coach here, I'm going to give this one to you. This team fell 3 spots, going from possible playoff hopes and dreams to crashing and burning out of control. They ended in the number 16 spot. Name the team with the fattest doink, Coach.
Is it the Pittsburgh Steelers?
It is indeed the
Ho,
Pittsburgh
ho.
Steelers, dropping
Well
3
done.
spots with 8-8, dropping down to 16th from the 13th spot, being vaulted over by the 7-9 Falcons, the 9-7 Rams, and we'll get to the rest of it. Don't worry about that. Now, Rob, this one's for you.
Yes, sir.
The thinnest dink, the one to rule them all, who's risen the most in the NFL playoff power rankings, NFL.com power rankings. They have risen 3 spots, and I can't really say more than this, but I'll give you a hint. The team they're below the top 20.
They're below the
That's the only hint you get. Because anything else would give it away.
Okay. They rose 3 spots. Oh boy, is it Miami?
It is indeed the Miami Dolphins. Ryan freaking Fitzpatrick, as quoted by Dan here, going up to the 24th spot at 5-11, and moving over the Chargers, who didn't move anywhere. The Cardinals actually dropped 2 spots, and the Giants also dropped 1. Now, Bear, I got it. I want you to handle the final power rankings. Just handle this one.
Yeah.
All right. True or false? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are still in the top 20 despite finishing 7-9 and losing in dramatic Winston 30-30 fashion.
Let's give that a true.
That is absolutely correct. Everyone's a winner today. The Buccaneers somehow managing to stay in the top 20, finishing in the 19th spot, dropping 1 spot from 18th from last week, with the Colts rounding out the 20th. Now, finally, guys, this is the one you've been waiting for, because I know that it's been a burning question throughout everyone's hearts, hopes, and dreams. Name the Dallas Cowboys' final resting spot on the power rankings at the end of the regular season for this season, finishing at 8-8. Give it a guess, Robert.
10.
Bear.
13.
Coach.
15.
The Dallas Cowboys, with a record of 8-8, have finished ranked 13 at 8-8, rising from 1 spot. Good job, Bear. Notable teams that the Cowboys have beaten with an 8-8 record, despite possibly having a worse record than them: Rams, Falcons, Steelers, Bears, and Broncos, who moved into the top 18, well, top 20, but they moved in from the 20 to the 18th spot, vaulting over the Bucks. So good job there. And then I guess one more here just for Rob, just as a bonus. Rob, true or false? Your New York Jets. Well, I already said the answer, but let's see if Rob remembers it. True or false? The Rob Jets are in the first time in the top 20 of this week.
What? I'm gonna say false. They've been in all 16 previous weeks as well.
That's true.
So,
All right. Well,
yeah. I think I've gotten the
I was
trick
seeing,
question,
I was
boys.
seeing if you remembered me saying that the Colts finished in the 20th seed, because it's false. The Jets are finishing in the 21st spot. On the power rankings. I was trying to get around not reminding you that the Colts finished in 20th spot. So that's going to do it. Thank you again, everyone, for the support on the power rankings. Thank you to NFL.com for the power rankings. And good luck next year. And back up to the booth with Coach and Bear and Rob. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
hey, welcome back to the booth. By the way, when the season started, the NFL Power Ranking Top 10 was the Patriots, Rams, Saints, Chiefs, Eagles, Bears, Cowboys, Steelers, Seahawks, Chargers. Little fun fact for you there. Also, the bottom 20 included the Titans and the Bills and the 49ers. It's just a little more fun facts for you there from NFL.com.
That's pretty fun.
They're so stupid.
They're such idiots.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So my power ranking.
Yeah. So now we can move on to the playoff pick'ems. So honestly, this is a new season for the NFL, and I think it's a new season for us. This is playoff pick'ems. This is a whole new league of its own.
Absolutely.
So in terms
I've already
of
won the
rules,
season, so.
all rules are out.
all
for the
rules are out.
playoff.
Anything can happen. In terms of regular season, best record goes to Sinvicta.
Woo!
Thinnest dink goes to Rob. Best locks go to me. The best lock streak goes to Bear.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, you already said it.
Best weeks Invicta, fattest doinks Invicta, Bayer most improved. Well, I wanted to repeat it just for anybody who wasn't paying attention like myself. So
Really, we couldn't tell.
first, listen, everybody gets
Literally
one
just-
not listening. Rob did it to me, not it to you.
But actually, one quick thing I wanted to say. They also had the screen that they put up where they listed all of our stats, and they said the best record is Invicta, thinnest is me, best locked was Krender, best locked.
On top of this, you sound like a robot.
Yeah,
right?
you
Yeah,
do sound like a robot.
This is made
I
even
was doing that was probably
100%
happening,
funnier
yeah.
because Rob is Robo Rob right now.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Try this one. Hold on.
Oh
Okay.
god, this is gonna be terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
no, it sounds bad.
It's that.
Yes, I don't like it.
Just
Please
end it.
stop.
End it.
Stop it.
End it.
All right.
Okay. So before Robo Rob can continue, we're gonna start picking games. First wild card game in the pick'em is Bills Texans.
Yeah, neither of these teams are winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It just sounds so much funnier. Like, yeah.
Rob, you're getting amazing reception on the surface of the moon up there. How you holding up?
So
T-Pain song.
I think this is a really even matchup. And I'm gonna honestly choose the Buffalo Bills.
Texans.
I've also got the Texans.
I'm gonna go Bills.
I'm sorry, man. It just sounds so.
It's
Just-
me. I don't even have to tell any jokes. This is great.
I know. It sounds like you're auto tuning.
It sounds it sounds like auto tune just picked up the way wrong.
I'm
frequency.
gonna choose the Bills.
Let's see if this does anything. Hold on. Shade.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a little. Yeah, it's not
Was that
bad.
T-Pain just walked in the building over here.
But yeah, honestly, it could go either way, and we're split, so we'll see what happens. Here we go. The night game: Titans Patriots.
I have to go Patriots. I don't even care if I lose.
Ah,
Wait, did I say Titans? I said Titans. Yeah, I'm going Titans. That's not-
Oh, I thought I was confused.
I heard
by that.
Patriots, but I couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
no,
Yeah.
I probably did say that. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Well,
you meant to have that volition about picking the Titans, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. very-
Yes.
plus I'm on the Titans bandwagon. I'm all aboard the Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry train.
I think you two have never seen a playoff game in Foxborough, and I'm taking the Patriots easy winning, locking this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
This is the only playoff game we'll win this year.
All
Yeah, I
right.
can see it.
Then we got Sunday's games: Vikings Saints. I'll be locking the Saints.
I would take the same.
I will also be locking the Saints.
Yep. Yeah, you can.
there's
we can
no-
have multiple locks.
Yeah, there's no rules.
It's going to be the
this
playoffs,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
I will be taking begrudgingly the New Orleans Saints.
All right. And then we've got the Seattle Seahawks at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Don't
gonna be close.
even entertain the idea that the Eagles will win this game. I know the
Ah.
Seahawks are a little battered right now, but the Eagles are in much worse condition. Not to mention lost 2 more games against the same, if not worse, quality opponents this year.
I think it's going to be close, but I think the Seahawks will still win.
I'm gonna go Seahawks, but it's a toss-up.
We just
Yeah.
got done talking about how the Eagles are like 50% strength right now, if not worse.
Yeah, but the Seahawks are kind of beat up too.
And the Eagles are at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be crazy, but
It will be crazy.
Seahawks are absolutely the favorite in my mind.
Robert?
Rob, sing your pick.
Is he?
Oh, he's just
Is he
gone
dead?
now. Oh God, yeah, I think he got disconnected. Shit.
Well,
I I'm Rob, and I take the Eagles.
All right, fake Rob takes the Eagles.
All right.
We'll see what real Rob does eventually, I guess. I guess he can just tweet it in or something if he doesn't reappear in the next
Knowing Rob,
minute.
how I know Rob, he will take the Seahawks.
He probably would take the Seahawks if I had to guess.
Dude, Joe Burrow threw for 78% completion on the
Yeah.
season.
That's what I was about to say too. I was looking at his completion thing. Like if anybody is like an NFL ready quarterback, I think it's this guy. He's got like insane stats, playing in one of the toughest college like divisions to play in.
Yeah, he's at LSU.
Yeah, like they played against Alabama, they played against Oklahoma, they played against like just a bunch of good Southern football teams, and he still just shredded them. So this could be the savior the Bengals have needed for a long time. Also, Rob just moved out of the channel.
Yeah, I think he's toast, unfortunately.
Yeah, he might just be toast.
Well,
But either way,
thanks for a great season, Coach.
Yep.
Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Get ready for some fun. Hey, playoff football is one of the most fun things to watch. And we get it for the whole weekend, so it should be good.
I think that we were entertaining the thought of possibly doing a live stream for one of the games, for one of the pre-Super Bowl games.
It could be fun, even if we're just
We're not gonna stream the audio or anything. We'll just be all hanging out, watching one of the games, and talking to you all on one of our Twitch channels, probably Crendors.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. See what happens. Sunday
And
game's probably easier.
The best part, Coach, the best part of this entire season, Coach.
Yep.
Out of the three guys talk about football seasons, that we got like 400% more bear taffy.
Oh yeah, hey, I sure was here a lot more.
That's
You
the
were.
best part, Bear.
I think I only missed like 2 shows, so yeah,
The
Yeah.
gift
was fun.
that keeps on giving.
Mhm.
Bear taffy.
I will do my best to keep it up next year.
Thank you. And next week, for that matter.
Right? Yeah.
Our job's not done yet. Our job
I mean,
that we
once the Patriots are out, I'm fucking gone. You could.
Oh,
well, yeah,
he's
I
gone.
know.
He says, "Everyone, I'm locking Hawks." There it is.
See, I told
There
you.
he goes.
There he
I told you
goes.
that he was going to take.
He's
the
locking the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I know my Rob.
Wait, did who? I locked Saints. Bear locked
I locked
Saints.
Saints. Sin locked. What did you lock, Sin?
Patriots.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, that'll do it for the regular season. We'll see you for the playoffs next week. And
Goodbye. Happy New Year,
follow-
everyone.
Happy New Year. Follow our stuff. Subscribe. Watch ads. Listen. And I will end this right now. See you.
Happy New Year.